Welcome back, everyone. This is Inceptor57 back again in War Thunder. Now, we're back in War Thunder because today is the release date of the newest update, Update 1.59, appropriately titled Flaming Arrows. Now, it's called that because 1.59 introduces a new mechanic to the game, guided anti-tank missiles. And they also added a whole bunch of new vehicles, and some vehicles are exclusively using those missiles. And yeah, we're gonna check out. Right now, you're looking at a T-29. This is one of those new vehicles introduced in the game. The T-29 is a heavy tank. It has the same gun as the T-28 Super Heavy Tank, or otherwise known as the T-95 gun motor carriage, and it's got about 100mm armor, about 102 millimeters armor front, and sloped at a 54-degree angle to have about line of sight about 150, 160 millimeters armor. It's pretty decent. Gun mount is 200 millimeters, and the side of the turret is 127. It's an okay heavy tank. I've tried it a few times. It's pretty fast for its weight, which is 64 tons, but it's not the best. It's got some weak points. Of course, you got the lower glacis here with the 70 millimeters, and although it's so if you expose yourself in the wrong way, it's going to be vulnerable. And also the top of the turret, which if you hold down position on one of those kind of elevated angles, it's pretty weak at only 38.1 millimeters. So it's easy. It's going to be easy to penetrate by an enemy. Also, you got your side armor here, which is only about 3 inches, 76 millimeter thick. This one's only 2 inches thick. And we got a back. It's pretty thin. The back of the turret is pretty good, but it's not the best. Yeah, we're gonna go over all the vehicles, and we're gonna try out some of the gameplay with these new vehicles. So T-29, yeah, as you say, this is one of the new vehicles for America. America got 4 new tanks. Let's see, they also got I don't have them. Still haven't unlocked them yet. They also got the M551 Sheridan, which is special because this is actually a tank that fires the guided missiles I mentioned earlier. It's cannon, the 152 millimeter. It shoots regular heat rounds, and it also fires missiles. So that's pretty interesting, and quite a multi-purpose light tank if you ask me. Light tank, but so it's got very thin armor comparatively. Here he has only 25 millimeters thick. Here's 31. Gun mount is only 31, and roof is 19. And I don't even think we need to cover the rest. This thing is pretty thin. It's a light tank. This thing is meant to be airdrop, and yep, it's got a missile launcher. That's a saving grace. Let's see what else. They also got an M48. They introduced, so before they had the M46, M47, and then they skipped to the M60. This update they added the M48 Patton tank. This is the A1, so it has a 90 millimeter cannon. If it load, yep, there we go. Looks like a smaller cousin or brother of the M60. It kind of is. Some people, according to its developmental history, it's in a way related to the M60, but it's actually not related to the M46, M47 due to the different suspension, different design. It's not a Pershing derivative anymore. It's got about 100 millimeters armor. Slope at the angle is 108, 190 actually. Yeah, it's pretty darn good of a front armor for the tier. Man, that's 152. Look like the turret might actually be weaker than the front, so you might want to watch that out if you get it. I don't have it yet. As you can see, this is why I'm looking to a preview. Okay. They also got themselves some. Oh yeah, they got a new reserve tank. Oh yeah, this reserve, so technically I already have it. So let's find it. There we go. The LVT A1. LVT parentheses A parentheses 1. This is a Marine Corps tank. Actually, this is an amphibious vehicle. In a way, it kind of looks like just an amphibious bomb, but then it has an M3 Stuart's top turret. Pretty interesting. Got these machine guns in the back. I don't know if you can actually use them. Can you use them? It doesn't. Oh, it looks like you can. I guess on the specs it says 3. So yeah. So yeah, they look like you can have a front machine gun and 2 rear one. Of course, it's considering that only 7.62 millimeter 30 cal machine guns. Their use is very dubious, and other than you got an aircraft straight here behind you, just shoot it down with the back. Armor, it's pretty pathetic. Only a 12.7 inch, 12.7 millimeters. I'm sorry. Here, so way less, 6.35. And look like you might have a decent. Well, what am I saying? Decent protection? No, you're vulnerable in this thing. This is reserve tanks. Yeah, but it's an interesting design. I think it's amphibious in game, so that's pretty interesting. It covers all the American tanks. Let's check out the airplanes. Americans only got one new airplane this time. It's the B-18 bomber. Let's see if we can find it right here. Oh, there it is. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, and also they have a new hangar and garage system. Pretty interesting. See if the airplane gets its own section and the tanks go back on got theirs on the tech yard. Pretty interesting. It's a bomber. Look like got 3 turrets according to the data. Where would they be? There's one here. So the sides. One here. Maybe I am not very much airplane guy. I'm mostly tanks. Okay, let's get back here. Oh yeah. We can try this out later. Well, not this one. Maybe we'll try the T-29. Try this big, humongous thing. This thing's got quite a reputation of War of Tanks. So now that it's here in War Thunder, let's see how it is. Let's switch back to this so we can just get right to it. Okay, let's check out the Germans. The Germans, they got a whole new bunch of stuff as well. They also got one of the rocket. Oops. They also got one of the rockets as well. Why don't we go check that out first? Not rockets, missiles. They got themselves the what they call it? The Raketen Jagdpanzer II. So this thing's it only has missiles as its armor. It's got 15mm armor, so this thing is very dense. This thing will quickly die. But it's got itself 150. Whatever. That's not the size. They got 14 of these missiles, 2 on top, so you can just use them right away. But then they got 4. They got another 12 more inside. Let's see, armor. Yeah, we're doing that. X-ray. Oh, there's the missiles. Oh, look like those are some big ammo racks to hit right there. Yeah, this thing is not a brawler. You gotta stand out from a distance. Let's see the missile stats. It can penetrate 600mm. Jesus, that is a lot. That's a lot. Okay, let's see. There's some other German tanks as well. I think Germans got the most tanks at this point. Yeah, they have the Stur Ammo, which under logic it's kind of similar to the Dicker Max, except let's put a 128mm gun on this bad boy, not 105. And it's not using a Panzer IV chassis like the previous two. This thing's using like from what I remember, it's a prototype of a vehicle that was supposed to be a Panther or a Tiger. I'm not so sure. It has that suspension wheel, so it's definitely related to the Tigers and it's related to the Big Cat series. But I don't know. It's kind of 128mm, but its front armor is only 50mm thick. So I don't even know why it's red. It's really thin for tier 4. But hey, you got a gun that's equivalent to the Yak Tiger, I think. Let's see, is it? Close enough. You got a gun close to the Yak Tiger tier 4. It's just like how when you get a Nashorn, you got a 88mm from the Tiger 2 for tier 3. Okay, let's see. We got a few more. I think. Oh yeah, they have a new reserve tank too. I'm gonna get back here. It's a Panzer III Oswald B. Gotta find it. There it is. Panzer III. Another Panzer III in the game. So how many would that be? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a lot. Okay. However, it's a tank, but its armor is quite. My gosh, like this thing's only got 14.5mm armor. I wouldn't even. I don't know. Other than its look, I wouldn't even call this a tank really, because the machine gun from the Americans, the M2 Browning, can actually cut through this thing like butter. Looks like everywhere is 14.5mm, so that kind of helps you not worry about having to worry about your side armor, because your side armor is just as thick as your front armor. Except the turret is 16mm. Wouldn't really call that an improvement. So it's got 2 machine guns, just like the Panzer III Oswald E. Quite interesting is that you can actually see the development progress from the Panzer III. See right here, this is the early version Panzer III B, and you can look at the side. This is not the typical Panzer III suspension. This is actually leaf spring suspension, the same one they use in the Panzer IV. And then we jump up to Panzer IIIe, this right here, Panzer IIIe, you can see they change into the torsion bars. So you can definitely see the development history behind the Panzer IIIs through this. It's quite interesting. I think it's very interesting that War Gaijin actually added that in. And the rest are premium, if I remember. They have the Germans finally got themselves a KV-2. Where's it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's tier 3. Man, let's see. So they not only have a KV1, they have a KV2. 152mm of goodness. Let's see. Armor's about armor's about the same as the regular, so it's no biggie. Just the usual German cosmetics that will distinguish it from the normal ones for realistic game modes and stuff. We have a storage bustle in the back. Looks like it's been bolted on. We got the jerry can container for fuel. Jerry can container for fuel. Then we got the German style cupola on top. Here we go with the inside. It's pretty much the same, really. It's almost, it's captured Soviet tanks. And then the last one is a captured T-34, because they actually use them. Yeah, this is pretty interesting because it's quite a hybrid between all the T-34's variants. If you can already tell just by looking at the front armor, it's got applique armor. Just if we look here, see it's got 45mm armor. They added the 15mm on top, just like the T-34E STZ. And it's got the turret of a model 1942. So it's like a hybrid, really. And it's also got this command. It's also got the German cupola added just for good measures. And also, what I think is very interesting is the wheels. Like, they're different. It's not all consistent. It kind of shows either the Russians just don't care about the parts commonality anymore, or the Germans are like, we just scavenge what we can, and as a result, we have a mix of wheels. You see that 4 of them are rubber. The first one and the last 3. And the middle one's steel, so the rubber ones are the early war because there's no shortage of rubber. The middle ones, this one here is steel because that's during the war. So very interesting, especially design. Each design is actually specific on where they were built. Like from what I remember, these holes design are like from Stalingrad or Euro. I'm not an expert on that. I'm gonna check with someone who actually knows more about that. Well, yeah, that's enough about the Germans. Let's see who else. The Soviets got themselves, they got 4 new tanks. They got the first announced guided missile launcher. They got the IT-1. Yeah, so this is a T-62 chassis. And but the T-62 is basically the successor to the T-54. Of course, the T-54 stuck long enough even after the T-62 was made because T-54 was affordable and reliable. And this thing's got itself a big missile on top. Of course, so of course it has armor. So this thing, a bit, I don't know. It's not like the Rak-10 air Panzer. This thing's got armor to actually survive the field. Well, the Rak-10 Panzer, however you pronounce it, does not. So this thing is more of a brawler than. Oh, I haven't played it yet. This thing can penetrate 500mm. That's quite a missile you got on top, baby. Okay. So other than that, they also got 2 new light tanks. These are airdroppable light tanks. Here we have the ASU-57. It's a very light tank with a 57mm. This is actually more of a tank destroyer if you want to think about it, but hey, the 57mm is not like the one you see in the T-34-57 or the ZIS-30. This thing can actually penetrate quite a lot. It's actually, I guess maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe. Oh wait, they have APCR, so this thing can penetrate a lot. Like APCR, you can already in almost point blank range, you can fire at 200 you can penetrate almost 200mm. That's a lot, especially this is tier 3, so those Tigers and all those IS are in for a lot of trouble if they see this guy because this thing can penetrate. I gotta say, we also got the ASU-85, which is the last tank in the Soviet light tank lineup. Kind of like the ASU-57, it's a closed top, so the crews are not exposed anymore. It's bigger. It got a PT-76 body, so you know it's a bit similar. Armor, it's 45mm, not great, but it's give you something at least. And its cannon 85mm. It's not like the T-34-85. You can actually penetrate a lot of armor with this thing. At 100mm, you can penetrate 227mm at a flat angle. If your angle is gonna be a little bit differently, but ballistics, you know. Yeah, ASU-85. That's quite interesting. And then they finally got themselves a new KV-2. Technically, it's a premium, but I've got it already. This is the KV-2 ZIS-6. I don't know much about the Z6 gun, but basically, it's, instead of a huge 152mm, they decided let's get a very high penetrating cannon up here and then fire it at targets. So that's what the Z6 is for. Armor's the same. There's no real change in armor. Actually, you have this huge flat slab here on the bottom, so that's quite a vulnerable area to worry about. So watch out for that. Ammo still all over, so you get hit, you're gonna probably light up quickly. That's about for the Soviets. The British got only 2 tanks this update, and they're both premium, if I remember. Yeah, the Cromwell RP3, which is a Cromwell with rockets, 4 of them, 152mm. It's otherwise it's a Cromwell Mark V. It's not big ones, not big missiles on the turret. Lots of rocket tanks. I'm not so sure how useful this was in World War II, but apparently they made it. I have no idea. And then they finally have the Sturv 81, I guess. I'll just call that Sturv 81. It is a Centurion Mark III. If it will load. It loaded. This is a Centurion Mark III with a 20-pounder, but it's got 3 guided missiles on the side. That is cool. But at the same time, I'm kind of wondering, like, is this really worth the gameplay? It's like, is it going to be overpowered? Because these missiles can penetrate 600mm. I mean, sure, you got 3, but damn. Yeah, armor's the same. Yeah, that's about it for the Great Britain. They otherwise, so that's about it for ground vehicles. And let's see. Japan got a few new planes. They got themselves the N1K1 Jet fighter. N1K1 Jet fighter. I can't find it. And as you can see, I have no experience with Japanese airplanes. I just know that they turn fast and have little armor. But they have the N1K1 Jet fighter and the KI-61-2 fighter. Oh wait, is this it? Yeah, we have the N1K1 Jet fighter right here, and then we have the KI-61-2. Is it this one? Might be this one. Yeah, I think it's that one right there. This one, 4.7. Okay, and then Britain, they got themselves actually some very cool new planes. They got themselves a Halifax Mark IIIA bomber. So right here, this thing. Let's preview it for good measures. Quite interesting. It looks like a Lancaster. And then they also got themselves a Wyvern. For just judging from what they talk about, it seems like it's a strike aircraft. So, oh, there it is. It's a premium. The Wyvern S4 carrier strike aircraft. So this thing apparently is supposed to be fighting carriers. And one of the things in the game is in the preview is that it can hold like lots of rockets. Let's see, modification. Yeah, it can hold. Well, it can hold lots of armaments. And that's a weird propeller. Yes, this is quite an interesting aircraft to play. Soviets, they got themselves a Yak-30. The Yak-30 jet fighter. Yak-30D. Yep, that's the one. And then they also got themselves the American or Soviet Tu-4, which is basically just an American B-29. They copied it after the war, but yeah, you can tell it's, even just from the shape. It's otherwise it's just the stars that really differentiate. It's pretty cool. Okay, and we have one more. We already went through America, so let's go to Germany. Germany had the most aircraft in the game. And I mean, Germany has the most aircraft added to the game this update. They have the HS-123 biplane. Oh, biplane. So HS right there. This is the new reserve plane right here. It's a dive bomber biplane. Is it? Oh, it's not reserve. It's a tier 1. Why am I bad? And then they got themselves an HE-162 jet. This one right here. And then finally, they have an HE-219 A7 night fighter. Is it? Not right here. A7. So quite an interesting design. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But for all the added vehicles, they added 3 new maps: 2 aircraft, one combined, which is basically ground and aircraft. And they changed a whole bunch of bunch of other mechanics as well. You can check it out online on the changelog. Yeah, and yeah, the new garage themes we have right here for the tanks is There's a yard for the aircraft. It's just their own hangar. They got new decoration as well, but I don't know too much about that. So yeah, that's about it. Well, since we're here, why don't we check out that guided missiles thing? Since that one thing's on premium. This guy. Let's try it out. Take him out for a try. Okay, if I am correct, this thing can penetrate 600 millimeters of armor. So, instead of these schmucks, why don't we go a little bit bigger? Yeah, I'm talking to you, bad boy. Let's try this out. From the video, it goes down a bit, so I want to aim up a little bit first. Okay. Alright, aim right at it. Aim right at it now. Oh, shoot! Man, if this thing can destroy a mouse like that, imagine what the others can do. Tier 5, eat your heart out. Okay, not here. Okay, let's try that Tiger 2 over there. Let's do that. Let's hope that tree doesn't get in the way. Okay. Will the tree get in? Oh, don't hit the ground. Okay. Oh! Look like you kind of need to get an ammo impact in order to get a one-hit kill, because look like I only killed a gunner loader, even though I'm pretty sure the whole team would be dead. So yeah, missiles, you gotta hit the right place, otherwise you're not gonna get one-hit kills. So even though it's got 600 millimeters, it's gonna penetrate, but that doesn't guarantee a one-hit kill. I'll just finish this bad boy off. Yeah, okay. We got one more. Let's try it out anyways. This thing's gonna be hard to yak tigers to below the horizon. No, don't hit the ground! Don't hit the ground! Oh well. Yeah, so that's about it. The update 1.59 flaming arrows included a whole bunch of new stuff, new technology. The guided missile is gonna be a game changer for tier 5, but I don't know. Is it really going to change my? I mean, we got lots of problems. Just I mean, admittedly, we still got lots of problems in game with like balances, especially with all the different tanks. I mean, some things can barely fight each other. I mean, I was playing T29. I'm fighting T54s, which, although I can manage, it's just... I think it's just a big discrepancy. Because I'm a 6.7. The T54 is up to 7 to 8. Yeah, that's about it. I'm probably going to do a few more videos on the 1.59. Just to keep things updated. If you like this video, feel free to press a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hope to see you next time.